Hey 4xe fans, wanted to share something interesting we're observing in the 4xe community. If you're not connected with like the Jeep 4xe fans Facebook page or the 4xe forum, you may not see this happening, but it's something kind of interesting that we're seeing. I guess it was I think it was December 15th of 22, an update came out that people were starting to see a last state latching function on the e-select. So if you pulled into your garage in the evening and you had it in electric mode, when you start it up in the next morning, it'll be back in electric mode and it'll latch to that last state. Now it's not doing it for e-save or anything like that. It's just doing it for electric mode. And of course, the vehicle has always defaulted to hybrid mode. But now people that have had this update, have seen that it's latching to electric mode if that's the last state they left it in when they pulled it in the garage. Interestingly enough, in the very beginning, it was only 22s and 23s, no 21s were getting that updated. It seemed like we would go and get all the RRTs and all the updates, and we weren't seeing it. And then somebody messaged me from Germany. He said he got the update. This was later on. I think this was in January. He said he got the update and he had latching electric mode. And then more people started reporting out of their 21s that they were getting that. So we ran the poll in the Jeep 4xe fans group, and it's really interesting. Like mine is a 21. I still don't have it, and I just got some updates last week. There were a couple RRTs they did when I got an oil change. I still don't have latching mode or latching electric, and some people have said that they are getting it and some aren't, and like more and more people seem to be saying that they're getting it when they get more recent updates. But so in our poll, about half of the 21s that responded say they do have latching, about half the 21s say they don't. Same with the 22s. And the 23s, I made an unfair assessment in my mind. I thought, well, all the 23s will have it, but there are some 23 model year owners that do not have the last state latching on the e-select. So it's a real interesting thing, and it tells me there's something inconsistent operationally, and I don't know if it's software, if it's firmware, hardware, I don't know what it is, but there's something that is inconsistent even between Jeeps of the same model year, that some of these updates are doing certain things to certain Jeeps that they're not doing to others, which also makes me think about my experience of talking with other 4xe owners. I've had a lot of chats with people over the past almost 2 years now. And last winter of 21 into 22, of course, everybody was dropping into form. I didn't, but there were a lot of people that were going into form, and it was a very frustrating thing. And then, of course, this past winter, same thing. A lot of people were just going into form as soon as it got cold. But then I found out through, you have one of those things where only the people that are having an issue will say something. The people who aren't usually stay silent. It's just how we operate, I guess, as people. And the more conversations I've had with people, the more I've found out that there are people in cold climates that have never gone into form, like me, and never gone into form, where people in the same climate do go into form as soon as it gets below 15 degrees. I mean, by the textbook, it's supposed to be 10 degrees Fahrenheit, negative 12 Celsius, when the operational characteristics of the vehicle change. And when that happens, we're supposed to get an electric mode unavailable screen. We're not supposed to just drop into form, but we have all these people that just automatically go into form. Some people, when it's like 30 degrees Fahrenheit, drop straight into form. I just saw somebody comment on a Grand Cherokee 4xe that as soon as it gets in the 30s, they go into form. So there's these operational differences that I hope Jeep is hearing us when we say there's something odd going on between different 4xe's. And one thing I want to challenge the 4xe community to do more is to listen to each other as we talk about things. A lot of people will share from their own experience and believe that's the way the vehicle is supposed to operate. And I've had conversations with people that are like, well, the Jeep just goes into form when it gets 20 degrees, and that's just the way it is. And I'm like, but that's not the way it's supposed to be. But then they will share that information with other people as if that's the correct information. And there's just some irregularities there that I think this software update to get the latching, the last state latching and the e-select, I think that speaks to that there are some irregularities between vehicles, and I don't know if it's hardware based or what it is, but it's just something that I think we as owners should be aware of. But it's also something that I hope Jeep is aware of, that there just seems to be some inconsistencies across the lineup, and it'd be great if we could work together to figure that out. I know I've spoken that before in previous videos, that Jeep, let's work together on this, and of course that's not going to happen. But that's the update that I wanted to share, that there's just something kind of odd there that I don't understand it, and I hope Jeep keeps doing the good work they're doing and continuing to do the updates they're doing, because we're seeing improvements in how the vehicle operates, and that's just awesome. So thank you, Jeep, for doing that, and thanks for watching this video. Take care.